Now, I think I might make this like a regular thing I do on the channel where after a chapter, I kind of talk about a certain character that really stood out in the entire chapter and make a whole video about them. Well, it obviously depends if there's actually like an MVP in a chapter. If there isn't someone that really stood out in a chapter and it's just overall like an okay chapter, then I probably won't make a video like this. But if there is, well, in this case, there is someone who stood out to me, and that person, as you can tell by the title, is Atomic Samurai. Now, if you guys haven't read chapter 151, then I do suggest you check out my breakdown video I did yesterday, or actually today, because I'm recording this video on the same day I uploaded the video, but you get what I mean. You can check that video out. But yeah, as you can tell by the title, I will be explaining how strong Atomic Samurai is in his Sunblade mode and outside of his Sunblade mode. And of course, I'll be explaining what the Sunblade actually is in proper depth. But of course, before we get into the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And apart from that, let's just get into the damn video. Now, first of all, I kind of want to start off with what the Sunblade actually is. And according to 𝗘𝗫𝗣𝗟, this Sunblade is a blade that's been passed down. And apparently it's a blade that has a life of its own. And I mean, a lot of people have been speculating if this blade is, if it's monsterized or if it's gone through monsterification. And to be completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it has. But at the same time, the One Punch Man world is pretty wacky and crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if things like this just, are just things that happen, things are just alive just because, I mean, it's One Punch Man. We shouldn't really be surprised. But of course, I feel like since the Sunblade is, there's been a lot of speculation about it. I kind of don't want to fully state and, claim that it's not monstrified, but I don't want to get anyone's hopes up or anything. So I kind of want to leave that vague for the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's not monstrified. But I don't want to make any claims right now. But yeah, the Sunblade obviously is very, very strong. To be honest, if I was to give the Sunblade a threat level just by itself, of course not with Atomic Samurai, it can range from anywhere between, like, I guess, a really high dragon or like just straight up god. I mean, if the person who is wielding the sword is super duper strong, then of course there's the blade will reflect how strong they are and buff them up accordingly. So if Saitama was to use the blade, I'm sure the blade could probably cut continents. Who knows? I mean, Saitama is pretty fucking strong. So, well, according to what 𝗘𝗫𝗣𝗟 said, I'm kind of assuming that yes, the blade does kind of, I guess, it's as strong as who, the wielder who uses it is. So as I said, if someone like Saitama uses it, then he can literally cut countries, continents, maybe the entire world, who knows. But the Sunblade does have a counterpart, which is the Moonblade, but we don't have much information on the Moonblade currently, so I can't really talk about it or explain what exactly it is, but I'm pretty sure it would do something similar to the Sunblade. It would just have, some differences here and there to the Sunblade, but I'm pretty sure the Moonblade is also pretty much just as strong. So if Atomic Samurai was to get the Sun and Moonblade, he would probably be like one of the strongest characters in the series. And I'm talking like top 5, top 6, top 7. But moving on, let's talk about how strong Atomic Samurai is with the Sunblade. Now, Atomic Samurai with the Sunblade, so Atomic Samurai in his Sunblade mode, I'm pretty sure we can all agree is like a low above dragon, since he was able to literally cut off Golden Sperm's hand off clean with so much ease. And of course, we all know that Golden Sperm is an above dragon himself, so I guess it would kind of mean, at the very least, Atomic Samurai in his Sunblade form is basically a low above dragon, basically. So of course, this doesn't mean Atomic Samurai, overall is a low above dragon. Atomic Samurai in his Sunblade mode specifically is a low above dragon. Atomic Samurai outside of the Sunblade mode is like just a normal mid to high dragon, kind of not similar to Bang, but slightly weaker than Bang. Of course, Atomic Samurai is still pretty strong, but I just feel like, he's just not as strong as he obviously is in his Sunblade mode. But of course, moving on, I feel like Atomic Samurai's Sunblade will definitely be huge in the final battle. If you guys don't know, I definitely think there's going to be some sort of final battle at the end of One Punch Man. I'm not too sure who they're going to be fighting specifically, but I kind of predict that there is going to be like a war, maybe kind of like a war. You know how every shonen has a war at the end of the series or near the ending of the series. Of course, One Punch Man isn't a shonen, but it's still a battle manga. And of course, it's pretty common for there to be a war at the end of a series. So, One Punch Man might have a war. And if Atomic Samurai does have the Sun Blade at that point in time, he would be, he would make a huge impact in the quote-unquote war that might happen at the end of One Punch Man. Now, I'm not even going to lie, like, I've been kind of, trashing on Atomic Samurai, ever since the Monster Association started, because Atomic Samurai hasn't really been, he hasn't really been pulling his weight in this arc. He's been getting trashed, he's been getting, dog stomped by black sperm and all the other, all these other monsters. And Atomic Samurai just hasn't been just as good as I thought he would be in this arc. So, I mean, I guess the slander was kind of justified because he wasn't pulling his weight in this arc, but I feel like he's kind of redeemed himself now because, he's got the Sun Blade. He was able to literally, cut off the arm of Golden Sperm, one of the strongest and most difficult to fight monsters in this arc, and I would say in the entire series, to be honest. He's definitely like top 10 most difficult monsters to beat. And Atomic Samurai was able to just cut his hand off with so much ease. So of course that was really, really impressive. And to be honest, Atomic Samurai has gained some of my respect again. Of course, the whole joke thing about him being useless, it was funny while it lasted, but I'm pretty sure no one can really call Atomic useless anymore because we've all seen what he can do. And I'm pretty proud of Atomic Samurai. He was able to finally, get back into his realm and, get back into the zone and start slicing up some monsters like he used to. Of course, with the help of the Sun Blade, but, since the Sun Blade was, the Sun Blade, at the end of the day did answer to Atomic Samurai's spirits. And, Atomic Samurai inherently was strong enough to wield it. So, I mean, it is kind of Atomic Samurai's strength. It's just kind of in conjunction with the blade, if that makes any sense. Because as we all know, the Sun Blade can only be unsheathed if the user is strong enough to actually unsheath it. So of course Atomic Samurai has proved that he is strong enough, but apart from that, I think that's pretty much it for this video, to be honest. I want to know what you guys think about Atomic Samurai's new blade. Do you think it's an arse pull? Do you think he deserves this blade? Do you think it should have been someone else to receive it? I don't know who else you would have thought to receive the blade. Atomic Samurai is like the only worthy swordsman. I mean, Iron and Spring Mustachio are pretty strong, but they're not even S-class. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. And apart from that, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notification bells turned on and set to all. And apart from that, I will see you in my next video.